143, 142.
Oh, that's the first close one.
Judge Harold Letterman scores 143, 142.
Same score, 1 point.
And Judge Larry Wallace scores 145, 142 for the winner by unanimous decision and new.
Yes, Spinks has done it.
The jubilant reaction by Michael Spinks and his disciples to a close but unanimous decision over Larry Holmes, which made history. The first light heavyweight to win the World Heavyweight crown. Welcome to the Las Vegas Hilton, where a near 9,000 capacity crowd eagerly await the rematch for the IBF title. A contest that has been starred with the usual American ballyhoo and razzmatazz as vindication in Vegas. It is a fight that Larry Holmes is desperate to win, because that defeat, his first ever defeat, really ruined his chances of equaling Rocky Marciano's remarkable record of 49 straight wins. The loss also generated a great deal of bitterness within him.
I mean, if you really want to get technical about the whole thing, Rocky couldn't carry my jockstrap.
An astonishing insult to the memory of Rocky Marciano, and he lashed out at the judges too.
I learned that these guys get drunk when they go to judge fights. I learned that people get paid off. I learned that I must win by knockout.
Well, it's said that the anger and bitterness that welled up within Larry Holmes was uncharacteristic. But to convince the Nevada boxing authorities that he deserved a rematch, an act of contrition was necessary.
So to Mr. Harold Buck, Dwayne Ford, Sid Rogic, and to all of the people here in Las Vegas, maybe I got a big mouth.
While all the controversy surrounded Larry Holmes, and that included ugly skirmishes with the press, the champion Michael Spinks continued in a very dedicated manner with his somewhat unorthodox preparation. This is more akin to the intense training routines adopted by top athletes. They are designed to increase speed and power and encourage quick inter-round recovery. So, many questions are posed by this encounter. Will Michael Spinks use the same fast-moving strategy that outweighted Larry Holmes last September? Will he be able to handle any rough tactics that Holmes will throw at him this time? Can Holmes rough up the new champion Michael Spinks? And will he be able to trigger off the right hand that he couldn't do on their last meeting? Those questions certainly encourage ringside customers here to pay $500 for their seats. And the stars are here too. The legendary Muhammad Ali, always a massive favorite with Las Vegas fight fans. Sylvester Stallone is here tonight, and we all know that boxing is a real passion with him. And Bob Hope's a guest, despite no doubt preferring the greens and the fairways. Who will they support? Will it be the champion Michael Spinks, who was born in Flint, Michigan, and at 29 years of age must be at his peak? This former Olympic middleweight champion has a professional career that is without blemish. 28 fights, 28 wins, and 19 of his victories have been inside the distance. Or Larry Holmes, a challenger for the first time since June 1978. He was born one of 12 children in Cuthbert, Georgia, and at 36 is without doubt past his best. But his record testifies to his greatness. And so the fighters are now in the ring, and very soon we shall hear from our ringside commentator, Reg Gutteridge. But first of all, the master of ceremonies, Chuck Hull.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hilton Center, where tonight the dynamic duo, Don King and Butch Lewis, in association with the Las Vegas Hilton Hotel, presents Vindication in Vegas, an evening of World Championship boxing. These bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Freddie Little, chairman, with the commissioners at ringside, Mr. Herb Santos, Sammy Macias, Sid Rogic, and Dwayne Ford. The executive director is Harold Buck. Representing the IBF at ringside, the president of that body, Mr. Bobby Lee. The officials assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for the next bout of the evening, the judges are Jerry Roth of Nevada, Joe Cortez of New York, Frank Brunette of New Jersey. The timekeeper is Jane Broadfoot. Counting at the knockdowns, Al Bisick. The attending physicians at ringside, Doctors Donald Romeo and Flip Homansky, and your referee is Mills Lane. This is the main event of the evening. 15 rounds of boxing for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing in the red corner, fighting out of Easton, Pennsylvania, weighing 223 pounds, with a professional record of 48 wins, 1 defeat, 34 by KOs, the former IBF and WBC heavyweight champion, Larry, the Easton Assassin, Holmes. And in the blue corner, now fighting out of Wilmington, Delaware, weighing 205 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career, 28 wins, no defeats, 19 knockouts. He is a former undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, the current IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Micheal Spinks.
Any questions from the challenger to Chief Second?
So Mills Lane, who's handled quite a lot of big fights lately with a bit of controversy, in my opinion.
All right, let's get it on. Come on.
So we're underway for the first round now. Is this going to be vindication or revenge for Holmes? He really, wrestled on the floor. That'll cause a bit of hoot in the crowd, and it certainly has. He is full of bitterness, Larry Holmes, no question about that. And the referee's got to do something about it. Micheal Spinks was unbelievably calm when he came into the ring. Holmes, well, I was going to say full of hatred, and I really think he is. He still thinks he won the last fight. His seconds had the words emblazoned, "I am back," on their tunics. But at 36, it's certainly going to be the last chance. Multi-millionaire or not, the ex-champion, he wants to win this one for pride. And has he got enough pride to dredge up just one more emotional performance of a really glittering career, save the one defeat by this fella Spinks? Well, he's obviously going to take him out early if he can, Holmes. He's not looking forward to going 15 rounds. It gets hard at his age when you think of the hard punches he's been in with and the thrilling fights he's had. But he's thrown more punches in the opening round of this fight, I think, than he did in the entire 15 of the last one. Same ring and same town, just different venue. Holmes obviously trying to, when he was trying to equal Rocky Marciano's unbeaten record, had to then have the doubtful record of losing to a light heavyweight. Although he came in at the heavyweight limit, Spinks, he's still considered a light heavyweight, and of course held both championships at 12-7. Well, I think you can say there's no larking about, is there, at the start of this one? Certainly from Holmes's point of view, as we get the countdown clock. So all that rather carefully nurtured hate, I would have thought, unloaded now as we come up to the end of the first. But Spinks being a bit cautious.
Good, keep that composure, baby.
Larry Holmes with his old trainer there, Ricky Giacchetti, and he's saying stick with the jab, meaning keep using the left hand.
Just keep stepping in there. Just keep your pace. Just keep it going. Nice, steady pace.
19 defences of the WBC or the International Boxing Federation Championship. 20 if you count the one against Marvis Frazier, which wasn't generally recognised. Second round then, and plenty of tension and thumping right hands in the opening round. But Spinks fought, remember, a bit of a cautious fight last time. Occasionally the hit and hop it stuff. And two judges only made a 1 point difference in it against Holmes. And that was why he's been showing quite a bit of bitterness and, well, more than nobbling the judges and then had to apologise. Well, if Spinks listens to the entire family advice behind me, he'll be all right. He should get on his bike a bit and move around the ring. But it's no use him banking on Holmes punching himself out. We're not sure whether he's really past his peak that much. Who knows? One or two bits where the ring rust and things have been showing in recent years. Just get shorn of a little bit of skills, heavyweights, when they get into their mid-30s, and he's 36, Holmes. Well, I tell you, I haven't seen an expression on Holmes' face like that since he won the championship in a marvellous fight against Ken Norton here in Las Vegas. Just keeping him occupied with a left jab. They're falling short a bit, but when he connects with a left jab, Holmes, that is a good punch. He hurts with it. That's the plan, I think, the left jab, and then try and throw the right hand over, the old 1-2. Spinks, meanwhile, trying to play a bit of a chess game with him, but I don't think that'll work. And there were a few screams at the rules meeting from the Holmes camp saying, make Spinks fight, don't let him run, to the referee, who was there and assured them that he would. Holmes came in 7-5 favourite, and yet there was a lot of smart money among the fight traders for Spinks, I must say. Whoop! Is this going to be the first time he's been over, Micheal Spinks? He's been threatening the right hand right from the start. Well, I tell you, this is a long time of past peak Holmes. This is almost a prime Holmes as we come up for the end of the round. Well, there you see the comfortable carpeted floor there, but this fella's not so comfortable after taking that right hand. No change of expression on his face. It's so long since he's been beaten, I should imagine he'll wonder what that feels like. Now, let's have a look at some replay there with that. Been clubbing him a bit, a little bit off balance. Fifth round. And Mike Spinks just starting to make a little bit of a show.
Watch your head, Michael. Watch your head, Michael. Come on, come on.
I'm surprised they're not talking to each other there, really. He's trying to measure him for a punch. That's a bit obvious, but it looks as though, I think Spinks is saying one or two things to Holmes now, it would appear. Not really his style.
You know that, man? Come on, sit back,
There's Spinks' mother shouting behind me, get on with your fight, don't talk to him. But Holmes, if he's trying to treat him like a sparring partner, that's a mistake. Well, he's playing peekaboo behind the gloves there, isn't he? But it's there's so much for defense, of course, but particularly in the American fight game, you've got to be aggressive to get the decision. Bit wild with the right hand. Well, he's really clouted him around the ears there. He didn't mind taking a few left-hand, Holmes, so long as he could get the big right in. Sometimes Spinks gives the impression of being distressed when he really isn't. But I don't think he's looking too clever at the moment. So they're yelling back for the Larry cheers there. So the villain has turned hero. Unbelievable sound in this, well, more or less carpeted convention hall. It's sort of, the acoustics are unbelievable. We're getting deafened here with them. The crowd, the family behind me, and then the crowd going on Holmes' side there at the end of the round. So that's when he took the left jabs and didn't mind, but that was when he copped for the right hand. So in replay there, just thumping away the jabs, and then he took the right hand. That was the one the crowd cheered. From the overhead camera in that replay, look, prodding away, and then he has to pay for it. Eighth round, and still without any knockdowns. But who knows? I tell you, they're hitting each other hard enough. Certainly Holmes appears to be the harder puncher. But Spinks has started to come back in the fight now. He got off to a bad start. And he's having a good round at the start of the eighth. And can he now outspeed and perhaps outwit the old lad? Just to remind you, there was only 1 point on 2 judges' cards when they fought before against Holmes, and he's still pretty angry about that. Very frustrating man to fight, Michael Spinks. You can understand why he was the undisputed champion at the light heavyweight limit, 12-7. Nobody could get near him. He was really a class above everybody. Holmes almost ignoring those punches to try and get his own one in, but missed by a mile there. There it is again. He's made up his mind. He actually said to me before the fight, I'm going to get a bit right-hand happy, but I don't mind. I'll take chances. It's always been the stalking tactics by Holmes, trying to cut the ring size down a little bit on Spinks's movement. It's a fight really that's generating a tremendous atmosphere in this hall. Having some success with the left hooks again, Spinks. Oh, yes. Spinks said he's going to take over in the second half of the fight, and he's trying to start it that way. But Holmes is going to match him heart for heart, if not punch for punch, I'll tell you that. There's never been a game of heavyweight champion than Larry Holmes. Now it's Spinks' turn with the left leads. Oh, what an exciting round. Coming up for round 10. And Holmes' corner saying you don't have to knock him out with one punch. Keep the jab working. Throw more punches. And they're right. But if this keeps up, 2:15 rounds, I think the judges might have another mathematical problem. First time that Holmes has backed off. Now, I don't know whether this is a game plan to try and make Spinks come at him so that he can counter. We'll find out. You don't often see Holmes do that. Might be lulling him into a sense of full security there, really, but on the other hand, I'm not sure that Holmes, a little bit of timing's been missing. Well, I wouldn't like to take those cuffs around the ear with the right hand anyway. They must be painful. Oh, and that blow to the body, I tell you, it nearly knocks the breath out of me at ringside, let alone Spinks. Oh, yes, he's listening to the corner, Holmes, all right now. He's really trying to throw a few more punches and make them count. But Spinks keeps nagging away the whole time. What a difficult man he is to fight. Oh, yes. The crowd knew it, and certainly Holmes knew it, that he got caught there, all right. A bit of swelling around Holmes' right eye. I always call this part of a fight a bit of a breather. Sometimes these fighters know that if it's going 15, around this part, they like to try and stall a bit. But not in this case. Holmes has tried to, but Spinks won't allow him. He's winning the round. And then he comes back with a right hand to prove you wrong. What a good round, the 10th. Started quiet, and now it's really getting into its stride, isn't it? These fellas are whacking hard, I promise you. And this is when the going really gets tough, isn't it? So when we talk about fellas getting $3 million and 2.5 and all those purses that we've seen around today, well, they deserve it, because all the weeks that they've had to put into this and the punches they have to take, let alone give. Round 12. And remember, it's 15, not the 12 round distance. And I certainly had Holmes ahead at the start, and quite clearly. And then Spinks came back and, as they say in trade terms, made a bit of a nuisance of himself. But some of the critics who thought maybe Holmes couldn't get himself back into really good fighting shape again, I think have been proved wrong, whatever the verdict now. Remember that Rocky Marciano, the man that Larry Holmes' record he was trying to equal, retired at 33, and this fellow's going at it 3 years older. Quite a sizable bump around Holmes' right eye, but that's it. There's no sign of blood anyway on either boxer. Well, Spinks' cornermen have obviously said to this fellow, you've got to carry this fight and go for him a bit more now. Well, they're having to draw their courage up from their boots now, I tell you, and the fitness and all those hours over the weeks of road work that they have to do. And it's needed at this stage. Survival of the fittest by the look of it. Oh, what an exchange this. Crowd on their feet. Spinks looking more at the referee than he was at Holmes then. So the last 10 seconds then of the round. What an exciting round it's been. What a hard fight this has turned out.
Suck it in, baby. Just gotta suck that air.
So co-promoter Butch Lewis seems to be quite happy with his lot. He thinks Spinks is ahead.
Look at him! Look at him over there! Look at the ice and everything on him! Let's go, damn it! What do you want?
14th. And they're really showing the old signs of battle as one would expect at this stage of a fight, because it's been a hard one. Well, Spinks is getting $2.5 million and he's got to earn it the hard way. And Holmes, for the first time in a long time, on the short end at $1 million. But as I said at the start, it's a big pride fight, this. He's got enough money in the bank not to worry about it, Holmes. He just wants to win this one. If either of them can really make a mark in these last two rounds and really dictate, if there's been any fence sitting by judges, that's what they'll go with. The guy that does the best in the last two. Remember the last fight, the judges had them even coming out for the last round. At least two judges did. Holmes running out of gas, no question. Hoping to catch Spinks, but blowing hard as he's doing it. Oh, he nearly went down there. He was winning that part of the round and got tagged with the right hand. Spinks did well to stay on the feet, but only just. In the 14th, the crowd going mad. Can this man recapture the championship again, Holmes? When he was really sagging himself there, he was blowing hard. Just the way he's looking at the referee there, he shouldn't be doing that, Spinks. He should be worrying about where the other man's coming from. He's got just enough time in the round, but not too much. What a great scrap. What a great championship. So he can't do it in this round, I wouldn't have thought. Nope. Well, Mike Spinks needs all the reviving he can get. I would have thought he came so close to going round in the 14th. Now let's have a look at that punch. Now he was well winning at that stage, left himself open and nearly paid the price, and did well to instinctively get away. He's going to take every deep breath that's imaginable, because if he doesn't get the decision, I would think this has got to be Larry Holmes' last fight. So here's, have a look at that replay now, scuffling away and then got caught with the right hand. There it comes. So the atmosphere electric in this hall as they come out for the 15th. And it's a long time since I've seen so much tension in a heavyweight championship as this one. Great turnabouts. Holmes starting as though he was going to win it easily. Micheal Spinks coming back. The crowd almost divided in their cheers. And how they survive with an actual count for 14 now and a bit rounds is incredible to me. Still trying that clobbering right hand that he's done from the first round. But Holmes just hasn't been able to catch Spinks correctly with it most of the time. It's been at the side of the head. So the younger man inevitably got to make a flying finish. I say younger, 29's no baby in the fight game. What a fabulous last round. And my heart goes out to both these fighters. What gutsy fellas they are. They earn every cent of this fight. And sometimes when I know these fellas, that's why I say these are my people, because they're very special. The crowd on their feet again because Spinks has been hurt. He was winning that side. One punch from Holmes changed it around again. Can he put any more together? Biding his time, Spinks. Can you blame him? Making Holmes chase. The countdown then inside the half minute. And they literally have fought to a standstill. Well, at least the old enemies are just giving it a little bit of a dignified touch for fighters there at the end. And I think they both respect each other's courage, if nothing else, apart from their ability. And there'll be some sweaty palms and hot rival supporters now waiting for these scores to be produced. Well, he's just finding enough energy to blow a kiss to people. So here it comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. Judge Frank Burnett scores 144 Spinks, 141 Holmes. Judge Joel Cortez scores 144 Holmes. 141, Spinks.
So there's the third judge now we're waiting for.
Judge Jerry Ross scores 144, 142 for the winner by a split decision, and still.
So Spinks has won it on a split decision. It was so narrow last time. We've got a photo finish for the second time. And here's the face of a man that I doubt whether we'll see again in Larry Holmes, because where can he go from here? What a great fight. And quite honestly, it was so close, I really wouldn't want to argue with the judges. On sentiment, I might have said, well, he really deserved it a bit, Holmes. But Spinks landed his share of punches, and there you are. You can't really argue with the judge's decision when it's as close as that.
Did you... Michael.
Where's my baby?
Michael, let's talk about the fight. Did you think you had to win the last few rounds to win the fight?
I knew I had to win the last few rounds. Or the last, I saw 12. The 12th round coming up, and I knew I had to stay busy, stay impressive from then on out to the end. I was gonna take my chances, which I did. I wasn't afraid that he would catch me with the big right hand, which he did a couple of times, or a few times, but they weren't as effective earlier as they were in the later rounds. But I knew from 12 on, it had to be my fight.
He came out at you in a rush like a rhinoceros. You didn't look very surprised about it.
No, it's all I expected. I figured, I knew I had to get him. Oh, okay. I knew I had to stay out the way, let him think that he was impressing me with this bull-like style, and stay as cool and calm as I possibly could.
Did you think that he would run out of gas in the later rounds because he's not used to fighting that kind of fight?
Oh, yeah, I knew he had to. And he finally came down to my pace as the rounds went on. I knew after 6. I didn't know exactly what round it was, but I knew it hadn't gotten too further than 5 or 6. I knew I had to start pepping it up a little bit and start letting him know that I was going to be there.
Did you get hurt by him at any time with those right hands
Not
late in the
early in the
fight?
round. In the later rounds, I think the big right hand he caught me with, I didn't know what happened, but I knew I was hit and I was thrown. All I knew is that I was stationary and sort of limbo. But I felt that I was in control. It's just that he stunned me, which stunned my body. I was still in control, and I knew right away, you're here too long. Right away, my mind thought, you're here too long. I said, well, I must be dazed. Let me get the hell on out of here. So I dashed, and I recovered just like that. And I knew he was gonna come on with it, so I didn't run like I was really in trouble. So I stayed there to make him work a little more, to wear him down a little more so that he'll be tailor-made for me in the later rounds.
Do you feel that youth and conditioning beat an old fighter?
Nah, Holmes had everything that he needed to beat me. I think experience is what beat him. And he showed that he had it. He had what it took to stop. Try to give me a goal. I mean, he had what it took to come on back and prove to all of the critics that he wasn't an old, tired, old man. He had all the youth, all the vigor, all the sting, and all the punch power that he needed to knock me out. If I didn't have the will and determination and the good man on my side, I don't think that I could have did it. And I thank God.
A lot of people thought the first time you beat him was a little bit of a fluke. Do you feel now that you're really the heavyweight champion and will be accepted as such?
I knew all along, but maybe they would think so now. That. Say what?
You heard him too.
Oh, sure, I heard him a few times. I know it, but I don't. I mean, well, he can tell that better than I can. I know I was hitting him because he wasn't acting like I wasn't. He didn't act like I wasn't hurting him. He wasn't foolish to rush in there, and you saw in the later rounds, he started backpedaling on me. He started backpedaling. The tide changed. He started running, and I started being the aggressor.
Thank you very much, Michael. Spinks.
When you were waiting for the decision, did you have any doubts about it?
No. I felt that I became very impressive from the 6th round on. I felt I had beat Larry fair and square, and I saw it on his face that I really out-hustled him, impressed him with sting, punching power, and I didn't use my right hand like I should have. Butch was telling me on and on, use both hands. But I knew when I threw the right hand, he would counter with a good right hand, which he tried to do all night. Hit me a number of times with the right hand, but they never were, I guess, effective until later rounds, until he caught me when I was a little limp, a little fatigued and everything.
Did he say anything to you at all at the end of the fight?
No.
He didn't disagree with the verdict?
He didn't say anything. He told me when I went to the corner to shake his hand, he said, you took the fight, babe.
Oh, well, at least
that's what he said.
That was behaving like a champ anyway.
Exactly.
Who do you want to fight now, Michael?
Well, anybody. Old women, old men. I like...
Well, I'm not available, I'm afraid.
Well, anybody that's holding the mic, I'm not crazy about fighting anybody, but bring them all on, Butcher match them up, I'll knock them down.
Larry, the whole thing is I got a big mouth.
Are you trying to say that by questioning the integrity of the officials before the fight, you may have prejudiced them?
Well, Larry, I can say a lot of things, and it will get me in more trouble, and then I probably end up apologizing. I'm a champion. I think the world know it. And even though that they played the games on me the last fight, and they tried to play games on me this fight, I sacrificed. I went through what I had to go through to get the fight. It wasn't the money or anything. It was just to try to get my dignity back for the fans around the world and for my kids and my loved ones. And it shows you, Larry, what I say is partly true. It's no such thing as fairness in the world. Is it fairness about Gaddafi? Is it fairness about President Reagan? Is it fairness about a guy struggling and trying to get ahead? And once he thinks he's there, somebody always pulls him back.
Well, are you satisfied that at least you gave it 100% of what you had to give tonight, unlike perhaps the last fight?
Yeah. Yep, I gave it all I had, and that's all I can be is proud of what I gave. I hope I left a lasting impression on the fans and the people that I fought for the years. But there's no sense of me chasing ghosts, Larry. I'll be punched out, punched drunk, walking around here stuttering if I keep this game up, because I can't win no more, Larry. I can't win because I represent fighters for the rightness and for them to be able to make a living for themselves. And when I speak out against the rightness of boxing, I'll be penalized. I never try to put no one down, not even myself.
It seemed, Larry, that you were dominating that fight through the first half of the fight. You had him moving backward. Did you run out of gas at the end, do you think?
I had 5 rounds ahead. That's my strategy. And then I coasted 1 or 2 rounds, then I come back. If I didn't have him hurt 5 times, I hope I lose everything that I had. I had this man hurt, this man was running, and he know that he didn't win the fight. He threw some flurries, but they was blocked, and I countered, and every time I countered, you were hurt. The world know it, the judges know it, and everybody else know it. It's what I've been saying is true. Fighters have to knock fighters out today to get decisions. If they don't play the game with 50% of the money with the fighters, managers, and the trainers, they don't make it. I've been a self-managed fighter, and that's bad, setting an example for young fighters.
Well, I think people will remember you, Larry, for having put out the best possible effort what you had in you.
Well, Larry, I did it. They said I couldn't do it. I accomplished things. I got a lovely wife and lovely family, and I can go home and I can still be proud of what I accomplished. And I can say to the judges, the referees, the promoters, the kiss where the sun don't shine. And since we're on HBO, that's my big black behind.
So what a sensational night here we've had at the Las Vegas Hilton. Larry Holmes has had his second chance at Michael Spinks, but with all the anger and venom he could summon, it was of no avail. Michael Spinks takes another step in the series to unify the heavyweight divisions and establish an undisputed world heavyweight champion. Still in contention, of course, Trevor Berbick, Tim Witherspoon, Tony TNT Tubbs, and of course, Frank Bruno. Who will emerge? We shall find out in the next 12 months. But tonight, Las Vegas definitely belongs to Michael Spinks. From all of us here, goodbye.